Okay. Welcome, everybody. I have been having some issues streaming for the past couple weeks, but hopefully this one will work out a little better. So, working on the Zelda-like project, but now we have a fancy new name, a fancy new GitHub page, which you could see right here, with a fancy new logo drawn by Andrew. We're making a fancy new game, and if you want to contribute, we are looking for contributors. So head down into that Discord server linked in the description below, join in and help out, or just stay there for progress updates and whatnot. So for tonight's stream, I want to work on the enemies, because right now the enemies are sort of there's a little too much going on with them, and if someone were to try to contribute by making their own enemy, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So the goal is to make it not so much of a pain in the ass. So let's see what we can do. Right now we have two enemies. Oh, you know what? How about I show you what we have so far? Because I guess this is the first real time that this project is being shown off in video form. Also, let me know if the audio quality is good right now. I should probably ask that at the beginning of the streams, because sometimes it's not good. But anyway, here's what we got. So this enemy I'm in the middle of adding, so that's why he's a little bugged on this guy's screen. It's also lagging a little bit, but it's online multiplayer. We have, the players synced just fine. We have health UI in the top right. Either player could hit or kill the enemy or not. Okay, I think it's lagging a bit since I'm running two instances and streaming at the same time, but we'll get by. And yeah. It's lagging quite a bit. But yeah, we have Zelda screen transitions that work for both players. And if the players leave the room, you could see the enemy gets reset to the old position. So that's working properly. There's also dialogue boxes. And the big thing that took me quite a while to implement is players could move into completely separate scenes and it still works. And the server is not hosting. Okay, hold on. This is the server. The server is not hosting the scene, but it's still working. The enemy is still moving around even though the server initially went there. But this scene is not being run on this instance at all. The only time the scene is run in that instance is if the server joins in. And once the server joins in, after some lag, it'll work and the enemy is where he was. And this player could leave, but the enemy will still continue to move around. basically we are handing off control of the enemies. Oh, that was a bug right there. Enemies could walk off screen and then they get teleported back. But basically each player could host, whichever player walks into a screen first is hosting that scene. And when both players leave, then that scene is just not there anymore. And basically what this lets us do is, okay, the enemy just teleported because he walked off screen. But basically what this lets us do is allow players to explore any part of the world. And if they are separated, then they'll be running wherever they are on their own instance, and there would be no latency because there's no server that's sending it any of the information to them. But if another player does join in, hey crap, I died. If another player does join in, then they will seamlessly start sending the information there. And if the first player leaves, it'll set the host to that player that joined second. So basically we're allowing different players to host different parts of the world at any time and seamlessly start synchronizing enemy positions or handing off the hosting to other players when they leave. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and it took me a whole week to implement. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. But yeah, so like I said, I do want to fix the synchronization of this guy right now, but first I want to work on improving the enemy creation process in general, and then we'll fix it up. So, oh yeah, and if you wanna look at any of this code closer, the GitHub is in the description. Otherwise, I just wanna show this off. This is some of the stuff that was required to make what I just said work. Basically, the server keeps track of what scene each player is in, and then sends the list of the players and what scene they're in to everyone else. And each player will detect right here, it'll see if there's any anyone else in the scene with them, and if so, it'll either it does a few things. If so, it'll add the player, and if the player leaves, it'll check if that player is no longer in that list, and then just remove the node. And here's the logic that involves how do we make different players be able to host different rooms. And some other whatever, I don't know. But yeah. So now we're working on the enemies. What I did before the stream is I created a function that will let someone just, how do I explain? It's just a hitbox creating function, so you don't have to go and add an area 2D, add a collision shape, and define that yourself. I want to add a few things like that to make enemy creation simpler, because right now it's a little bit of a process. I also want to set the collision layer stuff automatically, so let's do that. Enemies are on a separate layer than the player, so I just need to make sure that is properly set. We also have to set the first mask bits off. Okay, just asking. Does everyone hear me? Because last couple times I've streamed, I wasn't actually streaming, and just making sure. Can someone say hello in chat? I know there's not that many people here right now. I'm just making sure that people who are here could actually see and hear what I'm doing. No response. Not sure if I'm actually streaming right now. Let me double check on my phone. I've been having many issues with my streams for the last couple weeks, and at first you think, yeah, maybe people just aren't watching, and that's fine. But then I found out that I wasn't actually streaming. But on my phone it sounds like I am, so that's good. Just a quiet night, and that's fine. Don't have to worry about talking the whole time. Okay, so now we have the collision mask set up. Now I have to add some of these things to separate functions. Like this, setting the network master and returning. Okay, hold on. This could go here. I kind of want this entire process function. Okay, no. So this, I want this to be in a Puppet update function, and this people here. So we're gonna put this whole process function inside of entity and call it something else. Are you going to upload this live to your channel? I missed the previous one and really wanted to watch it while coding, but you didn't post it. I am going to upload this one. The last couple have been privated and deleted because there were a lot of technical difficulties during them, and I don't want to have bad streams still up on my channel. Plus the last couple have been really short anyway. I ended them early on into starting them. The only one substantial was the dialogue video, and unfortunately that one's just lost. I'm sorry about that. But this one will stay up for sure. Hopefully I will not have so many issues in the future. Also, I want to change the title so people are aware that this is Godot Engine. Just updating that so people know that it's Godot. There we go. So, let's see. So loop network. Hold on. So this is how they're gonna look now. Loop network. We can take this out. I also want to make this this is the check to make sure that this enemy is owned by the scene. Okay. Okay. So this is a little cleaner than before. There we go. You know what else would be nice would be Godot 3.2 has script templates, so I could create a script template for enemies. Yeah, that's something that I'm gonna want to do. But not right now because this is all runnable with 3.1. No, if anyone wants to work on this, they should just download 3.2. I said that in the repo. But there we go, that's a little bit cleaner. Now let's test and see if this actually works. Oh, well that's fucking up. Why is it attempting to play idle down? Interesting. Oh, I know why. No, and switch walk. So that means it's not updating the animation. Which is odd. Hold on. How did I do this in the player? 1 second. Just some network stuff. Oh, I just did that. Makes sense. In that case, I don't need any of that. We could delete animation from entity because this isn't going to be used. In fact, hold on. Bam. And here we're going to that. Here. This should be a little bit better. Okay, hold on. Move this player down a little bit. Okay, it's working, it's just not working with the sides right now. So, with the regular player, did I do left and rights? No, I just did side. So how did I sync the flip H? Oh, you know what? I know what I did. This. So this should work a little better. And it's a little cleaner too. He's still not walking left correctly. Interesting. Sprite flip H equals sprite equals left. That should work. Does it matter if it's before or after? Oops. He's still walking backwards. Oh, you know what? Sprite direction isn't getting sent. Do I send that with the player? I do. Okay, so that's an extra thing that needs to be sent. Or, no. Yeah. I had that same problem. It walks in one direction and only updates sprite once you let key. For multiplayer? Because this should fix it for multiplayer. Okay, here we go. Perfect. So now this guy properly moves around. The way I'd like to do it later is, right now it's syncing the position every frame. I'd rather just have it sync the position once in a while, and since he moves in a constant direction all the time, we could just have him just tell clients where to go, and then it'll just move him in that direction. So that would be the better way of doing it. but this way works right now and doesn't take up too much network traffic. That's an issue though. Doesn't update sprites. Okay, all of these RPCs should be not like that. Yeah, I know why. I'm definitely sending out too many network updates all the time. And so there's definitely things that can be optimized here. This is a bad way of doing it, but it's fine. So let's just see if this fixes it. Nope, does not. I guess we want to RPC reliable this. Oh, I guess it has to be this. Yeah, let's do it like this. And that also needs to be improved to only send it to players in the same scene, because it'll attempt to send this to everyone right now, but I'll get to that eventually. Oops. Whoa, hello. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, hit stun is not ending. Also that fucked up. Huh, okay. What the hell? Oh, and he stopped. That's kind of funny. Alright, what'd I do? LF hit stun goes one. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. So let's see. There we go. Works fine. Let's move this guy up and back and try that again. Both players need to leave the map in order for things to reset. So he still does that spazzing out when you hit him, but I could fix that. Ignore the the command prompts spazzing out. The networking is not perfect right now, so sometimes it has complaints. But let's look at this other one. If move timer is greater than 50, and oh, you know what? I need some extra animations here. Gonna do duplicate, idle down, remove this, duplicate, idle side, delete this, duplicate, oops, don't want that. Bam. So now we can move this into here. Okay, hold on. Here. Okay. Oops. What do you mean? I don't know what it's complaining about, but let's just have it auto start that. Maybe that'll work. Huh? Okay, now he should stop every once in a while. Okay, I kind of want him to walk a little less, so let's do 100. That's better. Okay, he's bugging out once in a while. Dude, idle down definitely exists. What are you talking about? It's right there. Oh. Okay. Named it wrong. That'll do it. Named it wrong again. Is my shift key not working? There we go. So now he works. And let's test this in multiplayer. How's everyone doing? Got 17 people in here, but no one's chatting. If anyone has anyone curious about this game, there's a GitHub repo in the description. This is a... Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Cow. Hello, Isaac. There's a GitHub repository in the description. This is an open source project, and I encourage anyone who wants to help out with it to join the Discord, or if you're just curious about it, I'm going to be posting updates in the Discord too. Not my Discord. I have a separate Discord for this. So check the description and join it. Hello, Troy. Alright, so it looks like this guy's working multiplayer. He's still spazzing out, but that's kind of funny, so I'm going to leave it for now. So this is good enough to put on... I'm going to push this to the source right now. So, stage all. We updated enemy. enemy. Hold on. There we go. Ooh, nice. I have a Metroidvania style game that I might borrow a few network scripts to. Please do. I am very proud of I'm very proud of what we have here, because the thing with networking in Godot is if players are in different scenes and they try to do RPC calls to another player, the other player freaks out because it's receiving messages for nodes that don't exist because they're in different scenes, so they won't exist. So if you want to take a look at this network GD, I have a lot of things that keep track of where players are, and then in game it uses some magic stuff to add nodes and remove nodes add nodes for the players, for the puppet players, depending on if they're in the same room. And I also have some stuff that will have owners of maps. So the first player that'll go into a map will host that map, so all the enemies will be controlled on their screen, and then when other players join, they'll be receiving information from them, and if the host leaves, it'll reassign the host to someone else. So that's something I was really proud of. And there's some stuff here. You're gonna want to, with that list of players that are in each map, you're going to want a network map peers list, and you're only going to want to RPC to the map peers. So that's just some general quick tips for anyone who's wanting to do networking in network multiplayer in Godot when players are in different scenes, because it wasn't it wasn't simple for me, at least. Maybe other people look at this and be like, yeah, duh. But this took me a week to figure out all of this stuff. And if you join the Discord, I'd be happy to explain any of it. So, yeah. I'm also going to add some comments to it later so that it's clearer as to what everything does. But, yeah. So what are the goals for tonight's dev stream? So the first goal we just finished. I wanted to add a new enemy to the game and also update the enemy scripts so that it's a lot simpler, so that someone could create a new enemy and add it without being too confused as to what happens, because this is a networked game. Not everyone who might want to contribute to this project will understand networking, so I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. So if you wanted to make a Stalfos enemy like this, it would just need these 4 nodes, or these 3 child nodes with whatever animation you want, and then it'll automatically create the hitboxes. And then for the script, and I'm going to add this to the wiki eventually, but in the script you're just going to need some variables for things you're going to want to update. You want this line at the beginning of your physics process. This is just going to say if we're not hosting, if the client that this enemy is on is not hosting, then don't take it. And then loop network is going to pull whatever is in Puppet update. So this is just the information that you want to send to other clients. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to write it out later and be clear. But yeah, that was the first thing we wanted to do, and I just pushed that to the repo right here 4 minutes ago. So now we can move on to something else. This repo is already liking it. This is the first thing that I had pictures and stuff too, so I'm quite happy. Hold on, let me check my... Okay, someone just joined the Discord. Welcome. Thank you. So now the next goal for tonight's dev stream is... Now what I want to do is add another item, and this item will be usable by enemies as well. In fact, I want to move use item back to the entity script. I was playing around with this stuff earlier, so I had it in the player only, but really this should be everywhere. So I want to add a bow. Lots of people ask me to make a bow tutorial for the Zelda-like series, which, by the way, forgot to mention, I had this in the descriptions for the last stream, but if you're interested in the Zelda-like series, I'm currently writing the 3.2 series for it. It's going to be Patreon only until 3.2 stable comes out, and then I'm going to make videos for everyone. Right now it's just, I made the first written tutorial. The second written tutorial, I have a draft of it on my laptop. My internet was out yesterday, and so I'll be able to put that up tomorrow or something. So, oh, there's the Retro Dragon. That's Andrew. He's doing all the art. Say hi to him. He'll be back soon, I guess. And yeah, he drew this and everything else you see in this project. So yeah. So yeah, the next thing I want to do is add arrows, because these guys in the original Link's Awakening, they threw spears or arrows. They're the same sprite as arrows, but according to the Link's Awakening remake on the Switch, they are spears. So we're going to add some spears to this guy. I'm going to be referencing an old project. This project doesn't even work anymore, but this was the old 3.0 series. I'm not going to run it. I'm just going to look at code. So it looks like this is what we had here. So we're going to copy this all over to the new project and add some networking to it and hopefully make it work for everyone. So let's see. Gonna need a new scene, new node. It's gonna be a node 2D, and it's going to be called arrow. We're going to have, it says I need an animation player. What is this for? Okay, it looks like I used animation players for the rotation degrees, but I think I'm going to skip that. Why did you switch back to Windows? Because I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you're here, I was having some technical difficulties with my last few streams, and Linux was part of it. My last stream that I was on Linux, if you stream an entire monitor, apparently it doesn't work. It starts tearing, and my capture card didn't work on Linux, and what else didn't work? I think those are the main ones, mostly just streaming stuff, and I need to be able to stream, so I unfortunately needed to go back to Windows. Even though I really liked Linux, it just wasn't working out. And I did try to dual boot, but what happened when I dual booted, and no one was able to help me figure out how, was Windows would take 5 seconds to boot, and then Linux would take 3 minutes to boot. And then I removed everything and tried doing, I tried to go back to just Linux, but Linux was still taking 3 minutes to boot. I think it was because I was using a snapshot. I took a snapshot before I installed, I took a snapshot of my Linux before I installed Windows so that I could reinstall Linux on a new partition. But I think that snapshot, something about reloading that snapshot just won't let me get my boot times back, and it's really annoying. And I didn't want to start fresh, so if I'm going to have to start fresh anyway, I'm just going to do Windows, because I know Windows works. So, sorry Linux people. Just wasn't working out. I'd like to try again later once there's better compatibility with the things I need to use. Oh, also Paint.net. I have too much muscle memory with this program, and I was trying to transfer my hotkeys over to GIMP, but Paint.net just works so well for me, and Pinta is not a good alternative. So, okay, let's steal this arrow and projectile fire and put that into TetraForce. So I'd also would like to add the boomerang as an item today, because then we could get an extra enemy, which will be a recolor of that Noblin I just added, and he'll throw boomerangs instead, which would be nice. right now I did so much back-end work on this project. I'm excited to just add some content right now. So, and content is the fun stuff to stream because it's easy and it's a very tangible thing people could see. So, I'm gonna save streams for content. I use Windows for Godot and Linux for all my university coding projects. Linux can be weird. That's another thing. This is a little off topic, but it's, would like to mention my college is super Microsoft. Like everything is Microsoft. We all have Office 365 subscriptions. We're expected to use that. All of our homework, our website to turn in homework is linked with Microsoft, so you could do it straight from OneDrive. Like in school, everything is Microsoft, and everything is so much easier to use if you're just using Microsoft. Plus, my laptop is a Surface, so I was already pretty deep into Microsoft and Windows. It was a little silly for me to try to switch to Linux now. I guess I'll try switching to Linux once I need to. And my C++ class, we just use Windows. So that's another reason I'm just gonna stick with it for now. I really did like Linux. I felt there are a lot of things I liked about it. I'm blanking right now on what to say, but all you people who use Linux already have your own reasons for liking it. I liked it a lot. It was, when it was working great. It just wasn't working all the time. Oops. I am going to buy a new system with Linux on it because all the software I use runs better on Linux, such as Blender. I also support. That's the other thing. I like open source software. I use Godot. I use for 3D stuff. I only use Blender. I liked what I had going on Linux. It's just didn't work perfectly, and I needed things to work perfectly if I'm gonna make content. And hello, Andrew. What is up? Once again, Andrew did all the art for this project, so wow, look at that. And wow, look at this. Awesome. Say hi. Okay. And if you want to see some other art, Andrew also has a YouTube channel. You could probably just click his name, but check him out. He draws on YouTube.
Sing out what?
Oh, that was loud. Sorry. Look at that. Drawings.
Character.
This is his voice too.
I'm
It's crazy.
using our-
So subscribe. I'm gonna put a link to this video right here. Subscribe if you want, but please want, because art's fun. And he plays some bomb ass music in the background, so just, you know, put on a video, listen to some music, have some thing on the side while you're working on something else. It's maybe get some inspiration for your own things. So yeah, subscribe. Now let's add this arrow. So I have the script right here. Now, first I'm gonna copy over. Oh no, I'm not gonna copy over this whole thing. What am I gonna do? So, I guess. Okay, so it looks like I have an item class already. I totally forgot about that. What is in our item class? Type, input, damage, max amount, delete on hit. Okay. So, does this expect it? What is item inherit from? Node 2D, great. Okay, perfect. So this will extend from item. Sweet, now we have our script variables right here. Damage, 0.5, max amount, we're gonna do 3, and delete on hit, true. Delete on hit is mostly gonna be used for projectiles. As the name implies, once it hits an enemy or the player, it'll delete itself. So I did some fancy stuff with the sword, where if you're just swinging the sword, delete on hit is false. By default, it doesn't say it in here. But once you're holding it out and you poke someone, delete on hit is true, and it'll delete itself. And that's how it works in A Link's Awakening, where if you poke out your sword at someone, like if it's held out, it'll go away. So, and here we're just going to use it because it's very useful for projectiles, because if a projectile hits something, we want it to delete. So, how are we going to do this? We need speed 150, move direction, something. Okay, start. Do I have start as a thing that I usually use? Just checking. Start, yes, okay. I want to put this in the item class. Looks like it was already kind of there. So, let's see. So, first, what we're going to do, we're going to connect body entered with body entered. Next, we're going to add to group projectile, and we're going to use that for things like when something goes off screen, we'll remove it. Type equals parent type, we already have. Move direction will equal get parent last move direction. Now, do I have that defined? I need to check. I don't think I do. Do I have something that means the same thing? So it looks like I might need to create a new variable. So in loop movement, we're going to say if move direction does not equal that. So basically all this is going to do is take the last direct. It's basically the direction that the player is facing, or any entity is facing. So there's that. We're going to, I think it automatically sets the position to the position. Let's check how the sword does it. Yeah. Let's double check what it looks like an entity. Use item. I don't see where I set position. Maybe it's in the item script? No. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter because it will be at the player's global position because it's currently a child of the player. So what we're going to have to do is get the parent's parent, so the player's parent. We're going to remove ourselves, the arrow, from the player, and then reparent it to new parent, or self, here. Now just checking. Is there a reparent function? Okay, there's not. Maybe there is, but I don't know what it's called. So we have to do that, and that's fine. Let's set the Z index to, I'm just looking at the other screen right now to see what I did a couple years ago. I guess last year. Was this last year? I feel like I've been doing this for longer. Anyway. Yeah. Hello, crap, I died. How you doing? Guess who's back? Back again. What am I doing now? How do I... Oh, rotation. So we have to match the player's rotation. No. We have to match... Sprite-der. How does match work again? Do I have to write case? I think I have to write case. No, I don't have to write case. So. Now. Oops. Gonna set the physics process to true, and in physics process, we're just gonna do position plus equals move direction times speed times delta. And then body entered if body is tile map do free elif body let's just stick with that. I think that's enough. So we're gonna you know what? We're going to just make the player do this right now. Let's just change. Let's add a. We're going to make this into a separate function later. If A is pressed, use item arrow with A. Let's see how this works. Nothing's happening. Cool. You'll love to see it. So what we're gonna do instead right now, maybe it's this. Let's try this. I don't think it's this. Let's just try it. So it wasn't that. It might be the position. Here we're actually going to do old parent equals get parent. And then old parent and get parent. And then we could take old parent, wait, no. Global position equals old parent and global position. Check this shit out. This should work. Okay, well it got stuck. Oh, it's because last move direction is not set to something good. We need to do, let's just set this to down by default because the player is always going to be facing down by default, so that should work. Okay, so now we have basic ass arrows. Okay, it did not delete on hit like it was supposed to. Interesting. Delete on hit should be true. I set it to true. So let's see what the issue is. Where do I check delete on hit? Body RPC hit? What? I'm so confused. Oh, so this should be... I don't like how I did this. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Sync function, hit, delete on hit, RPC delete. So we just have to add some other thing. What are you taking in university? So I'm not actually in university yet. I'm in community college right now. And this semester I'm only taking 3 classes. I'm taking English 2, psychology, and C++. The first semester is C++. The next semester I'm taking a second semester is C++. And my first semester was last semester. I took calculus and English 101. Alright, let's try this. So the maximum 3 at a time is working, and it's deleting on hit now. So that's not gonna work in multiplayer yet. So let's try to figure out what we need to make it work in multiplayer right away. Okay. If is network master, I'm gonna do this. Else, we're gonna have a puppet position. And then we're going to for peer in network map peers RPC, no, rset unreliable ID peer puppet position. So I think that should work. Yeah, why not? So let's try that in multiplayer real quick. Yeah, works. Sweet. Oh. It's glitched out a bit. Oh, I think it's because we don't have it deleting off screen. Or something like that. It's spawning here, but Hello? Oh, because we don't have a mechanism to delete it here. So, hold on. I don't know how to explain this, so I'm just going to fix it and hope it works. And if it works right away, we'll move on. So, use item. If get tree, get nodes in group, item group size greater than maximum. So we're going to new item for peer in network map peers. Just gonna delete. No, we can't do that. We're going to new item RPC ID peer delete, because it has to be a sync function. So maybe this is going to work right away. By the way, just as an update to anyone who just came in, everything you're working on right now is available on GitHub in the description below. We also have a Discord server for anyone who wants updates on this project. This is separate from my main Discord server. But okay, this is working even less now. Okay, this is separate from my main Discord server. So if you want to catch up or keep up to date with this, join it. And if you want to contribute to this, join it. Sending lots of errors. Oh, we also want to delete for ourselves. There. That should work. Because we were just doing it for everyone else. We weren't doing it for ourselves there. That's why that didn't work. That's what I'm going to tell myself and hope to God I'm right. Seems to be working. Nope. Sure isn't. What was that? Hello. What was that? My move direction was all fucked up. Okay. That was weird. So it's still doing those shenanigans over there. For some reason. Interesting. This game reminds you of War Spear. I don't know what that is. Interesting. This actually looks pretty cool. Alright. I'll look at that later. So what we need to happen now... Okay, one thing we could do is we could add... We need to add these nodes... Hold on. I think... Remove player. Let's this is gonna delete certain things that are owned by certain players, and we're gonna add these guys to that group. Ooh, I actually want to change this to name. I think that'll work better. But add to group. No. No. Yeah. That should work. Because the name is the ID. So let's see if this does anything. I don't even know if that's fixing the problem that I had to solve. So this might do nothing at all. It seems to be working. I'll see you, crap. I died. Thanks for coming. I'll do Majora soon. So something's freaking out over here. But you know what? I think it's fine. No, it's not fine. Because it's not always sending. I think it's the names aren't consistent. Okay, see, it's not working properly. So what I might have to do instead is, oh, I don't want to do this. I might have to make the host of the room in charge of all the projectiles, but I don't want to do that. So hold on, let me keep looking. I don't know. Don't exactly know what to do here. Might have been because both were trying to run it when I only want the master to run it. Hold on. Keep forgetting that I have to move the guy a little bit before I spawn, because then they get stuck in each other because they have the same spawn position. Nope, same error. See how it's not spawning all the arrows on that side? Hold on. Why is that? Very confused. So it spawns all of them if they're deleted on the other end first. But if one already exists on the other end, it doesn't work. So I think it's a naming thing. I think the other client is not calling it the same thing. But once it deletes, it's able to just call it arrow. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try Hey, Leah. New item name is... Leah, I want my onesie back. I said before the end of this weekend. It's Sunday. You have 2.5 hours. New item name equals... Here, maybe we'll... I don't know if this is gonna do anything, but we're gonna try it. No, it didn't do anything. See, it's spawning, but not sticking. Why is that? Could it be that... No. Hold on. Why won't this work? Well, okay. First of all, let's just see if it works at all with this guy. Here, we're gonna copy this. I haven't tested any enemies using items, so no idea if this is even going to work in single player. Let's see. Okay, it's deleting. It's the same thing that was happening with the other guy. Why is it removing itself immediately? I mean, it's gotta be that, right? No. So that's fine. I don't know. Hi, Muliana. Sorry about that noise. So why isn't this working? Here, let me take a look at the original. This one was so simple. Come on, man, just shoot me. I'm trying to make this dude shoot an arrow, which I've done before, but since this game's also supposed to be multiplayer, I think I fucked something up. With my network code. Hold on. So is it hit? No, I want the enemy to be angry with me. Come on, dude. Shoot me. It's not that. Alright, it shouldn't be able to delete itself at all. But it is. Could it be the position? Let's zoom out. No, hold on. Maybe they exist, but just aren't showing themselves. Could it be Am I dumb? Hold on. No, it wasn't that. Let's check the position. Oh, it's getting sent to 0, 0 for some reason. Why? Don't do that. Why? Why is it doing that? So the arrows are moving up here. Why? This is weird. Puppet position. It's getting sent to 0, 0 from the puppet position because if is network master. It should be the network master. Hold on. If shooter is... Oh, I called this something. Hold on. If shooter... This is basically my own is network master function. Is scene owner. There we go. Did it. So for whatever reason, we weren't this arrow wasn't being set as the network master for the enemy. I don't know why. But if we just check if the enemy is our network master, basically, network master being the network peer that has authority over that node. If we check that, then it works. So now to fix things that I messed up earlier. Let's add that back. See if this still works. Appears to. We could also uncomment this. Yep. Let's just change this to shooter just to keep it like it was. Now, can I get shot by these arrows? Yes. Okay, it appears to be working. That's not working. Oh, I know why. Oh, yeah. I'm busy. What?
Did you hear your dad leave?
I don't know. Okay, so that seems to work. What about this? Oops. Oh, but it's not working there. But you know what? Might have just figured out why. Is scene owner. If network map owners network map name equals get you. Okay. Curious about this. Why didn't that just make it work? 'Cause this should set the network master to wherever spawned them. And the server should agree because it'll be synced to the server as well. Is it? Hold on. Where do I go with this? Because hold on. So this works for the host. If this guy joins in, okay. Progress. I know why this isn't working because I know why this isn't working. I kind of want this to be is network master though instead of the issue. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. New item set network master int name. Yeah, because okay, here's what was happening. Set network master int name. So if it was the player, it would int name. The players' names are their actual IDs in the server. But the thing is, if an enemy spawning this, it'll just get noblin, integer noblin. I don't even know what that would output. So we need this. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. We need this to get the ID directly. Basically, I took a shortcut earlier and paid for it here. So let's see if this works better. Does he shoot? Okay, he's still able to shoot. I'm still able to shoot. Now, will this guy be able to see it? Big question. He is able to see it. Okay, well, It is getting a lot of... It's not working correctly. Huh. I don't know what all these errors are. Whoa. Is it spawning it downwards all the time for every arrow on every... Yeah. Why is that? Oh, progress. If is network master. I mean, it should be pretty confident as to what the master is because it's synchronizing this here. No item set network master. Oh, I'm dumb. This should be... This is trying to set it to both. Okay. So we can't just do this either. We're going to need to get... We need to get it the... You know what? I guess we'll just have to... I just want to get the ID from the person who sent it. Am I allowed to just do this? Well, I'm pretty sure they're network masters by default. I think things that are instanced from something are automatically network masters. So this might... That line of code I added might have been a complete waste of time from the beginning. Oh, it seems to be working now. Shooting in all directions. That's still bugged. I don't know why. That's not working. That's not working. Why did I even say that it was working? It's not at all. That seems to be working at the moment. Wait, now it's working. It's lagging a lot though. And that's... No, it's not working. It's just not. It's lagging so much too. Why does it not know where this arrow is? Requested node not found. Noblin arrow. Oh, is it not getting reparented correctly? Snoblin arrow shouldn't be a thing. It should be test map arrow. But it's not getting reparented. What should be happening... Get parent, remove child self. Shooter get parent, add child self. So why isn't that happening? Because it's getting these RSet unreliables and it's saying, what? This doesn't exist. What are you talking about? And I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, this should just do it. Get parent, remove child self. And then shooter get parent, add child self. And it should know who shooter is. Doesn't know who shooter is because it doesn't seem to be getting the rotations either. It doesn't seem to always know who shooter is. Why is that?
Yeah, we just got past the
So this set name stuff didn't work. So let's just get rid of that completely. Let's see. Well, first of all, let's see if this line did anything at all. Try absolute paths. What do you mean by that? It seems to be working for that, but let's see if it works here. Do you mean instead of using get parent a bunch?
Oh my god, we got to go crazy! It's my golden birthday! Yes! I'm turning 22, my birthday's on March 22, baby! You only get one golden
I mean, that's working now. I think it was just that is no work master crap that I... Oh, no. Just kidding. Am I damaging myself? Does this work better if I leave? No, it's always... So the server, it's working. Otherwise it's not. So I think this did actually matter. Let's put that back and try it again.
It was, no, actually it was cold this morning. It was actually
Okay. What are the errors? Node not found. Test map arrow. Why? And why is this guy erroring? Our set puppet position is not allowed. On node. Root test map arrow from 1. Our set is not allowed from 1, but our set isn't even attempting to do that. Master is this guy, but only the master is sending that. Our set puppet position is not allowed. Puppet 4, puppet. What? What? I really thought this was going to be easy, especially considering the sword was pretty easy. But the sword I wasn't syncing every frame. The sword I only synced once. I guess I should sync this just once. Yeah, let's do it like I did the sword. Oh, it's because the sword is still still uses the user as a parent. So it's fewer things to sync. This it's trying to sync the position all the time. Let's just try syncing the position once.
Whatever, we don't care.
I don't know if this is gonna work, because there's also some things going on with rotation for some reason. This isn't gonna work because it's not gonna get this in ready. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I don't think. That's not gonna work. With this? No, because it'll... Let's do, what if we don't synchronize this at all? Do we even need to synchronize this? Okay, we do. But that's only because it doesn't know what sprite direction. No, it should know its sprite direction. Because that's bugged too. Why wouldn't it know what sprite direction? And what's happening here? Why is it freaking out with RPCs there? I'm not RPCing anything. We're just spawning it once. You know? Why would that happen? We know the shooter sprite direction. Don't necessarily know the move direction. I mean, here's what I'm thinking. The sprite direction is synced, so it should know that. Last move direction isn't synced, so yeah, it won't know that. That makes sense. There we go. There we go. Alright, this one's only allowing 3 and this one's doing it every time. But yeah, we don't need to synchronize the position, because if it's spawning the same time, or at least at around the same time, it's fine. And if it's not perfect, we could fix this later, but this will get it working pretty dang close. So what's the problem? This. This. If is network master. If get tree, get nodes in group. Hold on. What'd I just do? What did I just do? 4 peer and network map peers. Yeah, I mean, that should be it. Huh. I don't know if I changed anything. But I'm just gonna run it again and hope. So for the network masters, it works just fine. But it's spawning multiple for the other guy. And for the host, that does matter quite a bit. Because it'll damage the enemy if it gets hit on the host thing. So... Oh. Let's try this. 'Cause again, we don't need to sync everything. There we go. Okay. Mission accomplished. So... I'm actually gonna remove the player's ability to use arrows because it's not perfect. It's in game, but I'm just gonna take out the hotkey. But this guy works. What's this, multiplayer? Yep, this whole game is built with multiplayer in mind. Turn delete on hit back. Ooh, how's delete on hit gonna work in multiplayer? Gotta check that. And for anyone who didn't hear me say this earlier, the source code for this project is in the description. If anyone wants to download it and play around with it or contribute, please take a look, play around with it. It's there. I also have a Discord server that you should join in the description. Please check it out. It's a new Discord server. It's not my Discord server. So if you're already part of my Discord server, this is a separate one. Okay, it all works. I'm doing no further testing. I'm just gonna consider this good. What did I change in game? True. Okay. No, I'm just not going to mention that. Okay. Bam. More comments. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff we got. And just gonna add a new issue. it. Okay. I don't know why I'm creating these issues, because I'm probably going to be the ones fixing them myself. But for anyone who wants to contribute, I'm going to be adding more issues to the GitHub. And if you want to take a crack at it, you can. But that's it for today's stream. We added in a whole new enemy and a whole new item. So that's pretty neat. Thank you for coming. Join the Discord. Follow, watch, click watch or star on the GitHub. Right here. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. This stream actually went pretty well. The last few went awfully, but this was like an actual normal stream. So that's nice. Hopefully we'll get another one again soon. See you later.